Before we get the podcast started, I just want to let you know that there is a massive Gymshark sale happening on June 7th. I only do 2 of these a year. It's happening at 7 o'clock on June 7th. If you click on our link in the description below, all of the information will be there. When you do click on our link, it will track that you are one of our guys, so that it actually helps the podcast. Appreciate all of you, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. First memory of Floyd Mayweather.
I was 7 and I was browsing my school's library and I saw this really shiny book.
Then when you do click on our link, it will track that you are one of our guys, so that it actually helps the podcast. Appreciate all of you, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. What was your first memory of Floyd Mayweather?
I was 7 and I was browsing my school's library and I saw this really shiny book, the Guinness Book of World Records. And the title for this particular world record was the world's highest paid athlete. And I looked at the picture and it was this young man by the name of Floyd Mayweather. And vividly, I remember thinking, how much money does this guy make? You know, tens of millions of dollars back then. And I thought, wow, the Floyd that I'm going to be going in the ring with is not the same Floyd that you guys saw and no one remembered. Like, I'm fighting a granddad. Like, he looks old. He's aged. And that's why I laugh when Floyd's like, yo, June 6th, I'm going to knock you out. Like, with all due respect, Mr. Mayweather, what the fuck do you know about knocking people out? It's been a decade. And I even said this on stage. The only thing I kept thinking was, this is the guy, the greatest boxer of our generation. I was looking down, I was like, this is the fuck, this is it? Like, underwhelming. But like, he's got a serious fucking temper problem. It's almost like his kryptonite. If you can just get under his skin, like, which I'm gonna be a fucking dickhead in the ring, dude. And he's gonna get pissed off, and I'm gonna end up fighting an emotional, angry Floyd Mayweather because he can't control himself. Like, I'm gonna say some fucked up shit, dude. Imagine I got pretty good in this past year and a half. Imagine I didn't like the way that defeat felt. I worked really hard to sharpen my blades and become a really, really good boxer. Floyd is banking on the hope that I suck.
You win just by even looking good here. You know, if you land a good shot on him that you can play at the start of Impulsive on the intro, end of story, you've won.
I think he's gonna catch a really, really, really hard shot to the body or to the head, and he's gonna go, oh fuck, because they're gonna be coming all night. And he's not gonna want to get caught by it.
Let's say you're in the final round. You've got one more round to do it.
Oh, and just go, oh yeah, I'm going for it.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'm going for it. Yeah, fucking yeah.
You ready to go, bro?
I'm ready. Let's get it.
Are you fucking tired, are you? You poor guy.
I'm exhausted.
I can tell.
I'm exhausted.
Nah, take the glasses off. I want to see those.
I'm about to shake.
Those beautiful eyes, mate. I want to see them. This is what a man who's, ready to take on the world looks like, apparently.
Yeah. Homeless. I'm fucking homeless.
Welcome back to True Geordie Podcast. The guest today, friend of the show at this point. I mean, what's this, 3 or 4 times? Logan Paul.
Jordy, it's always a pleasure to see you, man. You have such good energy. I love your show. I love your set. I love talking to you. I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me on.
I want to say, just at the start of this, like, before all of these ASPN guys were interviewing you, I was the one who was asking, I cared about you before all these people did, alright?
I know, and I'll never forget that, bro.
Even the UK love you now, and I was the first one, and they all hated me, because I like you. So, I deserve credit for this. I was here first, that's all I'm saying.
I know, Brian. I really do appreciate that. Like, it means a lot to me. You've always been a real one. You've always told me how it is, on and off camera, and that meant a lot to me, too, Back in the day, you were willing to have those tough conversations with me off camera. which not a lot of people are, and that means a lot to me, man.
Nah, I appreciate you, mate. And
Yep.
I think I just want to keep it like this for the whole podcast here today, because from the outside looking in, like I remember having that first podcast with you before the KSI fight. You looked like a kid, you know what I mean? You looked so young back then when I watched it recently, and I was like, fucking hell, this skinny little kid who the whole world hated you in that moment, and there you were going out in front of 20,000 people in Manchester screaming, hoping you were going to get knocked out. And, you know, that took a lot of balls, and to see what you've gone on to do and the transformation and all the growth, and now mind-blowing shit at fighting Mayweather. I'm so fucking proud of you, mate. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, it's been crazy. I think the biggest thing that I can hope for anyone who's been watching my journey is that it can inspire and motivate people. I think one of the most powerful things about someone like you or I or anyone in our position where, you know, you have people paying attention to what you do is the ripple effect. And that's honestly the energy that I'm carrying into this fight. Like this fight is crazy. Let's be honest. You just said it. Like for anyone to land a fight with Mayweather is insane. For me, I can't. It's incomprehensible. I've surrendered to the journey that is life, and mine has led here. It was an opportunity that came up. I couldn't say no to it because I love rising to the challenges and putting on a show. And I'm going in with the energy of possibility. Like, let's be honest, bro. No one really thinks I'm gonna win this fight except me and my team. You know. And I've been proving people wrong my whole life, and I'm going in there with that, nothing is impossible attitude. And should I pull this off, man? I don't want anyone to tell me anything's impossible ever again. Like this is gonna be, the greatest upset in the history of combat sports. And it's just exciting.
Just before we move on, there's a lot of noise in the background.
Oh yeah.
Can you have a word with, I don't know if someone's moving around or something?
Oh yeah. Right. Hey! I'm on a podcast! God damn it! Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, basically.
Can we move the pigeon outside?
Oh my god, this guy's got a fucking bitch.
I've got a bird.
Dude, you're weird. I love it.
A weirdo.
Like, I've had people have noise in the background of a podcast like this before, but never because their pigeon needed let out. That's a first.
No, I know, right? Well, because he gets excited when he hears me talking. He's like, oh, we're doing this?
Alright, yeah. I hear you. I didn't know that's what it was. I thought someone was breakdancing or something. It sounded like it. So, what was your first memory of Floyd Mayweather?
Dude, I love this question because I had to ask myself and figure it out because, he's been around forever.
Yeah, this guy's old as fuck.
Like, he's a grandpa. Like, I was 7 and I was browsing my school's library and I saw this really shiny book. Big book, looked at it, it said Guinness Book of World Records. I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, I like the cover of it. It's intrigued me, and world records, surely there's something spectacular on here. So I rented it, brought it home, and I was thumbing through the book that night. And about halfway through, there was this big spread. And the title for this particular world record was the world's highest paid athlete. And I looked at the picture, and it was this young man by the name of Floyd Mayweather. And vividly, I remember thinking, Floyd, man, how much money is this guy making? Tens of millions of dollars back then. And I thought, wow, this Floyd Mayweather guy really did. This boxer is the highest paid athlete in the world. More than the football players, more than the soccer players, the baseball players. This boxer is the highest paid athlete in the world. That's awesome. That was my first memory of Floyd Mayweather.
Fucking hell. Well, I'll tell you what mine was actually. Back in the day, we had a boxer in the UK called Ricky Hatton.
Of course.
And I was a huge Ricky Hatton fan. He was like one of my first favourite boxers, and he was undefeated. And I had all my hopes, and I hated Floyd. I still do, to be honest, on a level. And I was like, this has got to happen. But the referee kept separating them the entire fight, and really heavily favoured Floyd in that, because Ricky was an inside fighter. And watching my guy get knocked out by Floyd, it broke my heart. That was one of my earlier memories of him. But That was a long time ago. You know, he ain't the same guy now, Floyd. There is no way he can be that same guy now. And I guess the question is, how much has he aged? We're going to find out. But the guy hasn't had a real fight in 5 years, and a lot can happen in that time. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but a lot of people are writing you off. But they're also, I think, having a little too much confidence that this is prime Floyd Mayweather showing up here. People are imagining that person, and he cannot be that person. Now, whether or not he's good enough to beat you is another question. But in the last fight I say a fight, the exhibition he did with that kid from